Hey, you guys, it's been a while since I recorded. Things get really hectic sometimes, and I just have to make myself sit down and record. So, today, I'm just doing a random recording um, about raising kids. Okay, most of the time I talk about kids, relationships, just personal growth, type things. So, today, I'm thinking about how, as a parent, how often we worry about how we're raising our kids and the different things when they're babies. We just want to keep them safe and make sure that they're okay and that they have the structure that they need and, the proper care if you're a good parent. Okay, some parents don't, they don't do that. Uh, but all through it, you're like, oh, this is just really, I need to really make sure I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I will say, a lot of times people say, I can't wait till they get to this age and I can't wait till they get to that age. I don't think any age is any less, I'm trying to think of a good word. I'm not going to say troublesome, but the older they get, the more I like the baby phase. Because as they get older, they have their own way they want to do things and they want to, explore in a different way, not necessarily what you tell them to do. While they're younger, you can just kind of tell them what to do, just do what I say do, and you can kind of boss them around. But as they get older, you can tell them what to do, but they still kind of do what they want to do. Anybody that's a parent and realistic in their thinking knows this. Okay, when you have a teenager or whatever, you have your rules. Don't get me wrong, but at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want to do. I think one of the scariest things for me as a parent now that has an adult child is the launch. Okay. A long time ago, there was a movie, and probably not that long ago, but a while ago, there was a movie called Failure to Launch. Okay. So, all their little lives, you're trying to prepare them for life so that they can grow and go. Okay. That's the healthy way. You want them to be productive, adults. And most parents' goal is for them to be better people than you, for them to have less struggle or things that they go through than you did. So you try to teach them things. One thing about me is, as a parent, I try to be very transparent in my lessons that I learned. Um, and tell them. And I can honestly say that my parents were pretty much the same way. And what's funny is, and my dad slash my pastor says this all the time, animals learn from each other. A bird can learn from a bird, a cow will learn from a cow. They teach each other and they learn. Humans, absolutely the opposite. We want to learn on our own because it's going to be different for us. And so that's what makes the launch so scary. With my son, um, it was like, oh my God, is this kid gonna launch? Not because there was a lack of um, brightness on his end or even good foundation. It's just that the decisions that he had to make for his life were upon him, and they weren't things that I could just really make him do. I could strongly suggest things. I could say, hey, why don't you try this? But one of the scariest things as a parent is, okay, I've done all this work. I've been working on this kid since they were born. I've told them this, I've taught them this, I've showed them this, I've done this. I've even told them my mistakes. Now, what is this kid gonna do? Are they gonna launch, successfully? And it's very interesting because my son, he's 22, he'll be 23 soon, and he has launched. He's still a kid to me, he's he's still young, he's still growing, and it took him a bit to find his way. Now I have a 17-year-old daughter, and she reminds me of me in some ways where she really thinks she has some things figured out. And I'm hoping that she does not make the same mistakes that I made because I took off too fast, which made me have to come home. I think two or three times. My parents are watching this probably like three, uh, you know. a few times because I launched too fast. I moved too fast. I wanted to do what I wanted to do without restrictions. Not realizing that that's not what makes you an adult. Because even as a 40 something year old adult, I still answer to someone, some bodies, I have a whole family that I answer to on some level. Even before I got married, one of my biggest fears was, if I was dating, I was just not necessarily dating anybody in particular. When I would meet a guy and talk to a guy, I'm like, I can't take you to my folks' house, and be like, well, you're grown. Yeah, honey, but I still got to give account to somebody, and so it's very interesting to see what happens when it's time to launch. And so this is something I've been thinking about a lot because I'm in the finale, you know what I'm saying? Because I have my son. He's I feel like he's launched finally. It took him a bit to just really just launch to where I'm like, okay, whew, I think he's gonna be okay. He's gonna be able to take care of himself. You know what I'm saying? He's a good person. My daughter, now it's her turn, and I'm like, ooh, what's this kid gonna do? Because she's gonna be 18 and she's already starting to get that 18 kind of, I'm about to be grown, type of thing going on. So the only thing that I can think of to do is probably what my parents did for me was pray. My dad called me a fool quite a bit, told me I was foolish, um, and just pray that when it comes to the kids, that you know whatever we put into them, that it manifests itself um, sooner than later, before, because I expect them to learn lessons. I expect them to make mistakes. One of the main prayers I pray regularly for the children, not just for the ones I gave birth to, but the ones that I inherited when I married my husband, was for them to have godly wisdom beyond their years, beyond their own rationale, so that they can make decisions that won't impact their lives in a way to where they destroy their lives. I pray for their mates that they have not met or have met or whatever. I'm praying for them already, so they'll be ready when they meet up, type of thing, and be able to live good lives. So I just wanted to do this video, just to, to say, to, maybe it's another parent, we all worry about these kids. We got to band together, pray about it, and let God guide them. Because at the end of the day, they're going to make their own decisions, just like we made our own decisions. And the biggest thing is to transition into advisor versus you better do what I say do, because that's kind of where I'm at with my kids. Now I do have one assist left. I call my kids are, I got the ones that I gave birth to, and I have one assist left because we have a 10-year-old, that I inherited through marriage, so I do have an assist left. But far as, the ones I gave birth to, this girl is the finale. So I'm interested to see what type of decisions she's making for her life and how she launches. Y'all pray for us, okay? All right. Talk to you soon. Make sure that you follow Shay Cherie. I know that I have been doing a horrible job of keeping up with videos. I intend to do better, you guys, and to make time to do videos. If there's anything you want me to do a video on, let me know. Otherwise, I will talk to you soon.